Good evening and welcome here to RTC TV4 and tonight's TRC matchup between the Manchester Squires and your Rochester Zebras. Hello everyone, Steve Stricker coming to you live here from North Manchester, Indiana, home of the Manchester Squires, where the Zebras are on the road for their last TRC matchup of the season here in baseball. This game has a lot more importance than we thought it might after last night's loss by the Zebras over at Northfield. They lost that one by a score of 3-1. So this one has a ton of importance here in the TRC. Rochester able to secure a portion, if not a total, of the TRC championship if they win here tonight. A lot of stuff still going on throughout the week, but the Zebras have to win tonight to stay in the hunt. Some other things going on in the TRC that are important for Rochester. Northfield is the other team that is tied with them with two losses. They are 5-2, so they still have 2 games to go. They're going to be down at Peru tonight. So that'll be a big matchup for the Norse, and then they follow that up with another game on Friday. The other team with only 2 losses in the conference is Southwood with 2 losses. They've got 3 games in a row. So we won't know for sure where the TRC sets until the end of the week, but Rochester with a win here tonight can at least guarantee themselves a share of the conference. Could end up being 4 teams at the top of the conference, or it could be just the Zebras, but they've got to win here tonight. So they come in with a 11-9 record on the season, 6-2 in the conference. Head coach Corey Good. For the Squires, they come in with a 10-9 mark, 4-3 in the conference. Started off 4-0 in the conference, lost their last 3 conference matchups. So they're looking for a conference win here to boost their chances. With 3 losses, they're not completely out of it, but they've got to get some help as well. And some big help tonight would be for them to defeat Rochester. So going on the mound for Rochester tonight is going to be Braxton McLaughlin. He's going to start off, and Mason Meyer going to be on the mound for the Squires. Joe McCarter may be joining me here. I haven't got the official word. Hopefully he will join me here in a few. Really enjoy when he gets a chance to come over here and join us on the call. His knowledge of the team as well as just the baseball knowledge in general really adds a lot to the broadcast. So I see him over there chit-chatting. We'll see if he comes over here in a minute and joins us. So we hope that he will. So we'll get through some starting lineups here for the 2 teams. So Manchester coached by Jack Rupley. And they're going to start off with their shortstop, number 24, Grant Struble, followed by the center fielder, number 32, Cam Lester. Mason Meyer is going to be pitching, wearing number 19, batting third. Hey. Okay. So, yep, Joe will be joining us here shortly. So that's going to be good, helpful to us here tonight. The cleanup hitter for Manchester, designated hitter, number 28, Mason Roberts. They have Jacob Slavkin, number 33, down as the sub for Roberts. Followed by left fielder number 11, Thane Krager. Third baseman number 3, Sam Martindale. Catcher number 9, Devin Markin. Second baseman number 1, Corbin Hensley. And batting last is going to be right fielder number 18, Kyle Shepard. So that's the lineup for the Squires. And for your Rochester Zebras, as we said, head coach Corey Good. Going to start off with shortstop number 3, Matt Lease. Followed by center fielder number 12, Kyle Reinartz. Batting third, left fielder number 10, Brady Perez. Batting cleanup number 2, the second baseman, Zane Young. Batting number 5 is the pitcher, number 13, Braxton McLaughlin. Batting 6, right fielder, number 1, Bryce Lehman. Batting 7th, first baseman, number 21, Grant McCarter. Batting 8 is your third baseman, number 11, Quinn Stasiak. And batting 9th is the catcher, number 15, Trey Stasiak. So that's your lineups here for the two teams. And get Joe his headset here. Turn his volume up. We'll get some insightful knowledge here of the Rochester baseball team. All right. You there?
I'm here.
All right. Joe McCarter joins us here on the broadcast. And I was telling him, Joe, you bring a lot to the table here of the knowledge of the game and the Zebras in general. So talk a little bit if you want. I may not want to, but what happened last night over at Northfield?
Yeah, it was a really good baseball game if you like good pitching. Both starters went the distance, and both of them pitched really, really well. They just got a few more hits than we did, and that was kind of the deal. I don't think either team had an error. A lot of strikeouts on both sides, and just one of those baseball games where you on the way home you're like, well, we just got beat.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get a few more hits tonight, and the gentleman from the young man from Northfield that pitched, I was going to look for his name because I really wanted to mention it. Drancic, senior, just throws the ball really hard. Had a decent breaking ball and pitched really well. So big win for Northfield. When you look at the standings right now, you and I have talked in the last two broadcasts about this TRC and how competitive it is. Right now there's 7 teams within a game.
Yeah.
So we're in the last week of the conference, and 7 teams have an opportunity to win the championship, which is just amazing. There's Rochester's at 6-2, Northfield 5-2, Southwood 4-2. So Southwood has 3 games this week. They start tonight, and will play tonight, tomorrow, and Friday. Northfield plays tonight against Peru, and then Friday against Mechaniqual. And then Wabash, Manchester, Mechaniqual, and Peru all have 3 losses. Manchester's the only other team besides us that only has 1 game left. Obviously, this is it. So after this game, Manchester and Rochester will be done. And a lot of those teams in that top 7 play each other. There's going to be teams beating each other. So the best thing that Rochester can do is win tonight, and they're assured of no worse than a tie. And depending on how things fall out, they could end up by themselves.
Yeah. Could go anywhere from 3 or 4 at the top to just be Rochester by themselves, depending on how things fall out the rest of this week. But the Zebras got to get it done here tonight.
Yeah, if you don't win tonight, you're hoping for a lot.
Yeah.
Basically hoping for Northfield and Southwood both to lose, and then there's going to be anywhere from a 3 to a 5-way tie for the conference.
Yeah,
so
it gets really jammed up if that happens, and Manchester kind of reeling after a really good start, 4-0 in the conference, and they've lost their last 3 conference games. So they're looking to finish their season with a win in the conference too.
Yeah, they did win last night. They beat Wabash with the walk-off in the 7th. I think it was the 7th, may have been the 8th. Pretty sure it was here. Their softball team and baseball team both had a walk-off within, I think, 5 seconds of each other.
Wow.
So obviously you can see the softball diamond from here.
Yeah.
They kind of got back on track. I think going into the season, when the word on Manchester was when you looked at who had the best 2 pitchers, not necessarily the best single pitcher, but if you looked at who had the best combination of starting pitchers back, it was Manchester. They have 2 seniors. They pitched a lot. I would guess we'll see Roberts tonight. They've got a couple other younger kids that have pitched a fair amount.
He's got Meyer down starting.
Okay, so Myers pitched a lot, and he may look at using different combinations. But they pitched, I think, who they feel is their best pitcher last night. So.
Yeah. So my update on Max Preps must not have. So are they 5-3 then in the conference? Because I had them at 4-3. So they're 5-3 coming into the game.
Yep.
Okay, so they hadn't updated the max preps this morning, so that's where I lost that game from last night.
Max Preps, I think, has been having a lot of trouble just because of all these rainouts and reschedules. I think some of the teams aren't getting, unless what I've got is wrong, which it could be, but I think I'm up to date. So.
Yeah, I remember Eric telling me, now that you said that they did beat Wabash last night. So, and Mechanical, those are two pretty good teams yet to play in the conference. And then you got to look at Southwood with 3 games to go. That's going to be tough.
Yeah, I don't care who you're playing. When you got 3 games in 4 days, that's tough. Well, no, for Southwood, it's 3 games in 3 days.
Right.
So that'll stretch you. They've got North Miami tonight, and as we've talked about, you can't go to sleep on North Miami.
Right.
They're competitive. They've gotten beaten in a lot of close games. So if you're Southwood and you're trying to set up, Thursday and Friday, watch out.
Yeah.
Because North Miami could get you. The one advantage I think Northfield has is both of their games are home. And that's a little bit different field. It's a short left field fence, and it's about 30 feet high. It's just a different look, but I think it's an advantage when a field's that different.
So they're playing home against Peru. I guess I thought I saw it was at Peru, but
and again, I may be wrong, but what I thought I saw was that both their games were home.
Then that could very well be the case. Yes, Peru at Northfield. Okay, so they're at home against Peru and Mechanical, but
both good teams. Peru got off to a tough start, but I don't think. Well, Peru lost their first 3 conference games, and they haven't lost since. So if you're Peru, you're still in it.
Yeah.
And Peru's got they've got Northfield and then Southwood. So we're rooting for Peru right now because they're playing the other 2 teams with 2 losses.
Yeah.
But like you said, the thing Rochester has to do is just they have to take care of business tonight. And
sure.
Hopefully they'll do that. I'm looking out. Zane Young got dinged last night. He was catching, and it was one of those games where just so many foul tips. And he got dinged 4 or 5 times, and the last one took him out of the game, and he actually was not able to finish. But I see him out there at second base, so hopefully he's able to go. He's obviously he wouldn't have caught tonight anyway because when Trey doesn't pitch, Trey catches. But Zane's your number 4 hitter.
Yeah.
And he really, of all the guys last night, I felt like he was the most comfortable at the plate. He got a single, and every at bat he had, he was on the guy. So he's been hitting really well. Braxton McLaughlin's been hitting really well. So it's just a matter of getting some hits strung together, and this is good pressure I think going into the sectional, which we've talked about is going to be a interesting sectional for sure.
Right.
This is a potential sectional opponent. We'd have to get to the championship to play him. But hopefully we see him again.
Well, if you're, the TRC schools, and you look at the way this last week is going down for baseball, they got to be, happy because there's a lot of excitement still. Everybody, like you said, is right there, and it's going to make for an exciting last couple days of the conference. And sectionals starting up next week. We're going to be at Wabash if we can get our signal to work down there. They have a little Wi-Fi out there, but it's quite a ways from the school. So we're going to really do our best to get that down there for you with the sectional game. So should be a good matchup.
Oak Hill and Cass play the 7 o'clock game on Wednesday, and then Manchester will play Whitco in I believe the second game Saturday. I know that the winner of the Rochester and the Cass game play at 1 o'clock on Saturday. So I don't know if they play at 11 and 1 or 1 and 3, but we would play at 1 on Saturday. So.
Well, we'll definitely have that first game with Wabash. If they play back on Saturday, I don't know what we'll do there because I've got a trip to Kansas on the books for this weekend.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, I got my youngest nephew is graduating high school, so
Oh, neat.
going out there, and he was quite the miracle. Even that he was 1 pound 10 ounces when he was born.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's neat.
yeah, so graduating high school, so we're gonna head out there and see them, but we'll get some action. Going to be over at Oak Hill on Tuesday for the Lady Zebras softball. And
Oh, is that who has that? With
yeah,
their,
it's at Oak Hill.
artificial
Oh my
field?
goodness, that is unbelievable. I was over there yesterday doing the testing. I've never seen anything like that in high school.
Now, they done that. Is there baseball?
Everything.
Everything is, yeah.
They got turf in their softball, in their baseball, and their football field. And even the infield on their softball field is turf.
Wow.
It's just brown. It's, colored like a infield.
No, they don't allow metal on that. I know
Okay.
we played Logansport earlier this year, and they require you to wear the turf shoes or
Yeah.
tennis shoes, but you can't wear metal.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful field. I've never watched a game here. Very nice. Kind of sets low. I've been obviously at the tennis courts right behind us a lot, but I've never been at the baseball field.
Right. Well, hopefully our signal will stay here. It's kind of bouncing some colors here, so if we bounce in and out, we do apologize. We're doing the best we can here. Verizon, not a real big presence here in the Manchester area, so we're trying to pull in the best signal we can for you tonight and getting the final instructions there at home plate. We'll take a quick break here before we get started and come back here in just a minute from Manchester High School here on RTC TV4.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. RTC TV4 thanks you for watching tonight's broadcast. Sponsorship and advertising opportunities are available, and free production is included with every sponsorship package. If you are seeing this, then your customers are seeing it too. RTC TV4. See for yourself. Please support the local sponsors who make this production possible.
Welcome to the future. Imagined by visionaries, championed by leaders, and focused on results. Made real through hard work and a determination to build the things that people count on. Places where ideas are born, where progress fuels growth and strengthens communities. It's work that makes a difference. United Rentals. You're building the future. We're here to help.
All right, welcome back here to Manchester High School. Steve Stricker with Joe McCarter this afternoon, getting the starting lineups going here for both teams. And going to get set to go. Big TRC battle here between the Squires and the Zebras tonight. Kind of already went through the starters, Joe, but if you want to read them again in case anybody joining us late, we could probably go ahead and do that.
Okay. Yeah, Matt Lee, Braxton McLaughlin, the pitcher tonight. Bryce Lehman in right. Grant McCarter at first, Quinn Stasiak at third base, and Trey at catcher. This is kind of the combination they've been going with. When Braxton pitches, they'll play Quinn at third with Zane and Maddie up the middle. When Trey pitches, obviously Zane has to catch, and they've been playing the freshman Evan Elliott at second with Maddie at third and Braxton, of course, at short. So.
Batting eighth, second baseman, number 1, Corbin Hensley. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 18.
Probably getting ready for a national anthem, I'm guessing.
Flyers are coached by Mr. Jack Rubley.
All right, we'll get national anthem. Well, let's see what happens here tonight. This is a big game here in the TRC. Rochester comes in 6-2, Manchester 5-3. Zebras with a win here tonight can guarantee themselves at least a share of the TRC championship this year. And Manchester trying to pick up a win here to keep pace and hope for some losses by Southwood and Northfield. So.
Take a quick look at his numbers on the season. Yeah, he's also a senior. ERA of 6.68, which can be deceiving.
Sure.
He's appeared in 5 games. As far as innings pitched, 14.2. So relatively fresh arm. That would rank him 4th as far as the number of pitches. You know, so we'll watch. One of the strategies might be to give us, because they do have some decent depth, give the Zebras a different look every time through the lineup. It looks like he throws a lot of off speed, just watching him warm up here. They also may, you know, I mean, Manchester's pretty sharp. They may know what we faced last night in 88 mile an hour flamethrower, so to speak, and they you know, they may want to try to take advantage of that by throwing us off. Certainly if they pitch somebody that pitches 82, it's going to seem slower for us, but we'll see. It doesn't look like he throws super hard, but it looks like he's throwing a lot of breaking balls in warm-up. So key for Rochester will be stay back, don't get out on the front foot.
Matt Lease, senior here, going to be up first, leading off for the Zebras. Comes in with a .254 average in 20 games for Rochester, 77 plate appearances. So he's actually number 1, looks like, for the Zebras in plate appearances, which I guess you'd think your leadoff hitter probably would be.
Yeah, and he's led off, I think, every game. So very fast. Just a really prototypical leadoff guy. Get on and see what you can do.
Well, let's see what happens here. Rochester Lady Zebras over across the park there, playing as well tonight against Manchester. We'll get you updates on that if we can, if we hear anything. I don't think Muss probably won't be answering any texts from me, will they?
No, I've got somebody over there that's going to supposedly try to give me some updates once in a while. So
that first pitch in for a strike.
And that was a curveball.
Pitch number 2 down in the dirt, so 1-1 count here for Lease. Just getting underway here from Manchester High School. That one gets away, going to be ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike here. Leadoff batter Matt Lease. Oh, and that's going to be hit by a pitch. I guess you get on how you can get on.
Absolutely.
And Lease is the leadoff runner for Rochester. It's going to bring up the number 2 man, another sophomore Kyle Reinartz, batting .323. Also played in all 20 games for the Zebras this year. Nobody out, 1 on here. Back over to first. Just a little courtesy throw over there, not a real serious play at the first base. They obviously know Matty's pretty quick.
Good slide as he went to the outside of the bag. Caught leaning a little bit, so he made a good slide back.
They're paying a lot of attention to the runner. Let's see if they can get one to the plate here. That bunt attempt fouled way back. It's probably the farthest I've seen a bunt foul go out of play. That was almost back to the tennis courts. Oh, and 1 here to Kyle. That one gets away.
Probably look to bunt maybe that first time, and now maybe get conservative. We're seeing a lot of balls, so make him throw a strike. 1-1 count, but I think the first one that he tried to bunt was even high.
Yeah. Back over to first, 3rd time over to first here in this at-bat by Reinartz. Unfortunately, that bunt goes right back to the pitcher, makes the catch, and doubles up Lease to get 2 outs here. Bringing up Brady Perez, the senior, batting .400 for the Zebras. Another high one on that
Curveball inside.
bunt there. That's probably why he was under it. End up popping that back out to the pitcher. (2-0) here. Zane Young on deck for the Zebras.
When there's nobody on, typically Brady won't get a lot to look at.
Right.
And he's seen 3 balls.
That one in there for a strike, so the count goes to 3-1. Oh, that one gets in there, strike 2, so the count goes full here to Perez with 2 outs, nobody on for the Zebras.
That's blown away from him. Oh boy.
And nice run out there in the right to get the catch. And that's ends up being 3 up, 3 down for the Zebras, even though they did get a base runner. So we'll take a break, come back with the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits for the Zebras in the top. And be back here in a moment on RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
All right, welcome back here to Manchester High School. Steve Stricker with Joe McCarter this afternoon, and another beautiful day here. We had a nice day. I was down in Caston last night covering Pioneer and Caston in softball, and a beautiful day down there, and another very, very nice day here at Manchester High School. So the Zebras unable to get anything going. The leadoff runner, Matt Lease, got on, was hit by a pitch. But Reinhardt's pops back up to the pitcher on a bunt attempt, and they doubled up Lease, and a catch out in right field puts Perez down, so nothing going for the Zebras in the top of the first. So Strobel going to be up first, followed by Lester and Meyer for Manchester here as we start the bottom of the first. That's an O. I put a U.
Leading off the bottom of the first for the Squires, shortstop, number 24, Grant Strobel.
Braxton McLaughlin on the, I get it. Did I say that right? McLaughlin?
McLaughlin, yep. I messed it up half the time, so.
On the mound. First pitch is a ball.
Not sure where that one was.
Must have been just a hair outside, be the only thing I could see from this angle. So 2-0 count here to the leadoff batter, Strobel. There's a shot. Bouncer, that's a tough hop over at third. And Strobel's going to be on. Call that an error.
Probably. I'm not the official scorekeeper. So.
Right. That was a tough hop, but probably could have been fielded there. Lester up next. Still no outs here.
So far, the umpire seems to have a little bit of a, I would call a tight zone, hitter-friendly zone. Rochester wasn't able to take advantage of it in the first innings. Kind of ran ourselves out of an inning, but there goes the runner.
Hit and run on. Only one play. And they hold the ball. So we got.
That'll go as a base hit.
Runners on first and second.
2 on, nobody out. For the pitcher, number 19, Mason Meyer.
Brings up the pitcher, number 19, Mason Meyer. A senior batting .344 here for the Squires. Rochester still trying to find that first out here in the bottom of one. Got him swinging on the high fastball. So from what I've seen from Braxton, he really works well when he's ahead in the count, and he has not been able to do that in the first two batters.
No, very good control, very smart pitcher. Likes to, kind of like Kyle Hendricks, likes to get the edges. If he doesn't get the edges.
Oh, there's a shot out into center, and the catch is made out there for out number one.
Kyle Reinhardt spot the sun.
He covers a lot of ground out
there.
He
He does a great job in center.
That was a well-hit ball.
The DH here, Roberts is, I think he's got 7 home runs on the season. So he's a guy that you would like to have up with nobody on.
Right.
See our outfielder is backing up.
That was going to be
Kyle.
Should be playable out in the center. Little adjustment there last minute, but able to get underneath that for the out.
Interestingly, there the runner on second was going with the pitch. I didn't see if the runner on first was going with the pitch, but
out of the corner of my eye, it didn't look like he was going.
Usually you wouldn't hit and run with your cleanup hitter.
So number 5 hitter Krager comes up. He's a junior, batting .227 for the Squires.
Playing left field tonight.
Just gets by third.
Oh, we're going to have a play. Oh, just
late.
got in. Great throw from Brady out and left.
RBI single for Krager.
So Manchester gets on the board with the shot out in the left.
Lester down to third.
Manchester strikes first. Still 2 down. Runners at first and third for Martindale.
Brings up the third baseman, number 3, Sam Martindale.
Rochester, you'd like to get out of this right now with no more damage. Runner on first is probably going.
Shot over to third, should be an out. And that's going to do it. So they get out of a jam there with 2 runners on. Get that third out. 1 run does score for Manchester. They're going to lead the Zebras 1-0 after 1. Take a break, come back with the top of the second here for the Zebras in just a moment here on RTC TV4.
RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchtveverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV everywhere. Another great service from RTC.
All right, welcome back here to Manchester High School. This afternoon, Rochester Zebras taking on the Squires here in the TRC matchup. Steve Stricker with Joe McCarter, and just finished up the first inning, Joe. And all things considered, you got to look at it with 2 runners on, nobody out, and for them to only get 1 run across, I think that's kind of a win for the Zebras.
Yeah, they had 2 singles and we had an error. So, yeah, it's 3 base runners, and they had 2 pretty hard hit balls to center field. So 1 run. I don't think 1 run is going to win this game. I wouldn't have said that last night necessarily. When we scored first last night, I thought 1 could hold up. I think tonight, it's going to take a few more.
So leading off here in the top of the second is going to be Zane Young, the senior, batting .317 in 20 games with 70 plate appearances on the season for the Zebras.
Really good hitter, going into Manchester University to continue his academic and baseball career.
I still haven't gotten used to that being university.
I know, I started to say college.
Yeah. Bethel just changed over there, university.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. There's a hard hit shot, and that's trouble over at third. Young's going to be aboard. I would probably say that's an infield single.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I took a really high hop off the top of the glove. So we'll give Zane a single there.
So McLaughlin going to be up here with 1 on, nobody out in the top of the second.
Brings up the pitcher, number 13, Braxton McLaughlin.
Braxton batting .435 and 71 plate appearances for the Zebras.
That's the first pitch fastball that I think he's thrown. Starting to see him mix it up a little bit.
That one in there, it looked like it might have been a little high, but that gets the strike zone.
Braxton will battle. He does not strike out hardly at all.
Setting up on the outside. Misses outside. Looking like they were trying to get him to chase a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Braxton.
Braxton had just his 3rd strikeout of the season last night, and it was following a foul tip into the face that he had to continue his at bat on. Close play over there at first.
Bryce Lehman on deck for the Zebras. That's going to be a play, and he gets in underneath. That was there, the throw high.
Just a high, yep.
Yeah. The timing was there, but the throw too high to make that play. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. 3rd strikeout of the season. Did you just say that?
Yep, he's only struck out 3 times all
Wow.
year. 70 plate appearances.
There's a shot over to 3rd. Runner's going to be held, and the out registered.
Is that the 3rd baseman that made that play? I didn't.
Yes. Number 3.
There's an example there where getting that runner to second took the double play out of, because that could have been a double play ball.
Right. That was right in that range. Hard hit. Lehman fouls the first one back out of play. That'd be a little shock there. You're out there playing tennis, all of a sudden a baseball comes flying into the courts.
You know, and I've watched a lot of tennis there while there was baseball going on over here. I never saw one go over.
Yeah.
There, so. Last night at Northfield, their field kind of butts up against their school, and I bet there were 6 balls that ended up on the flat roof of the
school.
High school.
That ball at a Lehman, low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 down here in the top of the 2nd with a runner on 2nd for the Zebras.
2nd inning in a row that Rochester's got their leadoff batter on. You'd like to see us be able to scratch something across. That's gonna be caught, I think.
It's deep enough if he tags, and then he checks up. Looked like it might have been an opportunity there. Young decided to check up there and holds at 2nd.
Hoyle would say you never want to make the 3rd out going to 3rd.
Yeah.
So if there was 1 out, maybe. Or if that would have been the 1st out. But
So McCarter up here with 2 outs. Takes ball 1. That's going to be trouble. Slow roller over to 2nd. It's going to be in time for out number 3. So Zebras leave 1 on. No runs across in the top of the 2nd. So after an inning and a half, Manchester holds on to that 1-0 lead. We'll take a quick break. Come back here with the bottom of the 2nd for the Squires here in just a moment on RTC TV4.
All that smoke can only mean one thing. The Winnemac Corner Deli is cooking up something delicious. Located in the Old Burger Dairy Store, the Winnemac Corner Deli offers everything from daily lunch specials to full-service event catering. Stop in today to try one of our signature creations, like our amazing barbecue nachos or our tantalizing barbecue mac and cheese wrap. Every day is something new, yet familiar. Mouth-watering sandwiches and entrees for any occasion. The Winnemac Corner Deli, smoking good food.
All right, welcome back here to Manchester High School. After an inning and a half, Rochester 0, Manchester 1. Steve Stricker here with Joe McCarter, and 2 innings in a row, Joe. The Zebras had got their leadoff hitter on, and so far not able to get anybody past 2nd base.
No, you'd like to be able to get something across when you get that leadoff guy on. So hopefully we can hold him here and at least tie the inning.
And where are we at here as we get into the bottom?
7, 8, 9. Markham. I need to put my glasses on.
Markham, Hensley, and Shepard, looks like.
Yep.
So leading off, junior Devin Markham.
Catching tonight.
He's batting .414 for him, so let's see what he can do here. Sitting in the number 7 spot for the Squires. Braxton misses that one, ball one. Change up over to short for the out. Not a bad job there. The Zebras 2 pitches and get the out. Corbin Hensley up, batting .306. That one's going to be trouble in the gap between second and short, so he's going to be on with a hit. So the number 8 hitter is on for Manchester, bringing up the senior Shepard.
Playing right field tonight for Manchester.
Shepard only hitting 152 for the Squires, so be a nice play, a nice opportunity for a double up here. Is that a strike?
Yes.
Shot back there, McLaughlin going to get the runner at second.
Got the lead runner, good play.
Yeah. He was checking up just in case that was caught, so an opportunity there to get that lead runner out at second. So the fielder's choice leaves one on first base with 2 outs, back up to the top for Strobel.
1 on, 2 out. Shortstop, Grant Strobel.
Got on by error at third base last inning. So probably going to pull it.
First pitch by Braxton misses down low for ball one.
But again, he's missing low. So when he misses and misses low, that's a good sign. It means he tries to keep the ball down.
So I haven't talked to you. How did the trip to Florida go for the family?
Good. Yep, they had a good time. Back safe and sound, and daughter's back at Ball State, so.
Back in the pool.
Yep.
Misses outside, so 3-0 count here to the leadoff hitter for the Squires. Gets that in for strike one. Yeah, that one's going way up in the air, not very far out though. And boy, a little miscommunication right there. It looked like Braxton thought Trey was going to get it, and last second Trey tried to recover and not able to do it. So that's a
scored a single. That's a really, really, really hard play for a catcher.
Yeah,
you like to see the pitcher come in on that. And
yeah, you're coming in on the ball. That was probably a little deceiving, the fact that it only ended up going just barely outside of the dirt. It went at least 60 feet in the air, and then there's trouble out into right. Another run going to score. So that play there cost the Zebras.
Yep.
As one more run comes across here in the bottom of the second. Manchester may not be done yet. They've still got runners at the corner here with 2 outs. It's going to bring up the pitcher, number 19, Mason Meyer. With 2 outs, runners at the corners here for the Squires. There's a hard hit ball out into right field.
Great catch out there. Great catch
wow.
out there.
That saved a couple runs right there.
Bryce Lehman, I mean, he had a great read on the ball and there was no margin for error.
No. Yeah, I was kind of obstructed by the umpire there. The fact that he made that catch was very amazing. So another opportunity for Manchester to score. Rochester does do a nice job, though, of limiting them to 1. So after 2, the score Manchester 2, Rochester 0. See if the Zebras can get their bats going as we move into the top of the 3rd. We'll take a quick one. Be back here in just a moment from Manchester High School here on RTC TV4.
There's been a lot of talk lately about net neutrality. At RTC, our customers receive the full and open internet and nothing less. We are not the gatekeeper, toll operator, or curator. A free and open internet has been the single biggest driver of innovation over the last generation, and we want that engine of innovation to live on in our customers. If you ever have a question about your internet service, give RTC a call. We are here for you.
On air, and of course that, maybe not an error, but should have been caught by somebody.
All right, welcome back here to Manchester High School. After 2 innings, Manchester leads 2-0. Squires have left 2 on in both innings, so it could have been worse, but a couple plays by the Zebras that should have been made, and it probably is 0-0 right now.
Yep.
So they're going to have to get their bats going here. Rochester's going to be Stasiak, and Lease. Quinn, Trey, and Matt Lease here as we get started in the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, we've talked baseball's a game of errors. Bottom line is you got to score to win.
Right.
Games don't end 0-0, so we've got to get the bats going. And
well, you said to me before the game that you probably got to get 6 to win this game, yep. So neither team there just yet. Stasiak swings on that curve. Strike 1. The thing is, too, with Rochester, both innings, they've got the leadoff runner on and not been able to move him over. 0-2 quickly here for Quinn, Stasiak. Brother Trey on deck. Missing on the outside corner. That looked like it could have been close.
Hard to tell from this angle. I was saying last night, we actually sat in the bleachers behind home plate last night, and I had more trouble with balls and strikes than when I sat down the right field line.
Gets him chasing, and Stasiak's going to go down on the strikeout for out number 1. Brings up Trey Stasiak. First at bat here for Trey. Hard hit ball, that's right over to the short. Should be a play at first for Lease.
On 5 pitches.
Top of the order, shortstop, Matt Lease.
So it's our second time through, see if we can adjust. Obviously a lot different pitcher than we saw last night. And there's a lot of ways to be a good pitcher.
Yeah.
He's mixing it up and keeping us off balance.
Well, he goes off speed and then fastball right there for 2 strikes, quickly ahead of Matty. 7 pitches in this inning, is that what he's thrown?
Yep.
And the popper.
It's going to fall, but I think it's foul.
Yep, just out of fair territory there.
Fouled off down the right field line. Count stays 0-2.
So Lisa's going to have to protect here. Reinhardt's on deck for the Zebras.
One of the things we couldn't do last night is get anybody on ahead of our 3-4 hitters.
There's a shutout in the right. Should be playable, though, by the right fielder. Makes the stab and catch. for the third out. So the Zebras go down 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the third. Leave nobody on, no hits, no runs. Be back here with the bottom of 3 after 2.5. Manchester still leads by a score of 2-0 here on RTC TV 4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality law and hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back here to Manchester High School. Steve Stricker, Joe McCarter, and Joe, Mason Meyer for Manchester has pitched a gem so far.
Yep.
Only allowed 2 base runners, 1 hit by pitch, and got out of the top of the third there, 1, 2, 3. So Zebra's going to have to find an answer to the pitching of Meyer.
Leadoff hitter cleanup hitter Roberts leading off for Manchester this inning. Flew to fairly deep center last time up.
Leading off the bottom of the third for Manchester, the DH, Mason Roberts.
Fly to left. Brady pulls it in there.
Good start there for the Zebras. 1 pitch, get the out. Brings up the junior Krager.
Probably not going to get a lot of 2-0, top of the third.
Braxton misses on pitch 1. That one fouled back against the fence. Gives our camera a little bit of a ride there. Fortunately, jiggles back into place. Gets him swinging for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. So Braxton ahead in the count. Let's see what he can do here against Krager.
That'd be tough play.
Over to first in
Got
time. That
nice
was a
play by Matty Lease over there at short.
Grounded out to short, over to first, out for out number 2. Very close play down there.
I'm sure the umpire appreciates the public address announcer pointing out the fact that it was very close.
Third baseman, Sam Martindale.
I think everybody here knew it was close, but I think the right call was made. I thought he was
yeah,
out.
yeah. Martindale coming up here. So far, the Zebras doing a good job here in the bottom of the third. 2 down, nobody on. Over to third, should be an out.
Nice throw, nice play by Quinn Stasiak over there.
So Rochester able to get Manchester out of the bottom of the third. 1, 2, 3, no hits, no runs, no errors. We'll come back with the top of the fourth here in just a moment on RTC TV 4.
Ever wonder why your local TV bill keeps going up? The bulk of these increases are due to rising network fees. A few powerful media companies dictate what TV providers must pay to offer their channels to you. And every time networks demand more money, that affects what you pay every month. If TV providers don't meet their demands, networks threaten blackouts. Since 1999, these network fees have increased by 3.5 times the rate of inflation. To see what we're doing to keep network fees in check, visit tvonmyside.com.
All right, welcome back here to Manchester High School and tonight's TRC matchup between the Squires and the Zebras. Steve Stricker here with Joe McCarter. And Joe, you got an update on the softball?
Yeah, the Rochester girls Lady Zebras softball team's up 7-0 going into the bottom of the third. So they had a big top of the third where they must have put 5 on the board. So they're having their way over there. We just need some of those runs to come our way.
Right. Well, the Zebras finally get through the bottom of the third clean, 1, 2, 3 against the Squires. So the score remains 2-0 after 3.
Top of the fourth for Rochester, center fielder Kyle Reinhardt.
So the Zebras in the top of the lineup here. The number 2 hitter Reinhardt's up to
Kyle
lead
had
things
the
off.
bunt line out to the pitcher that ended in the double play last time up, so he'll be swinging away.
Gets that curve in there for strike 1. There's a shot. It's going to be fielded over at second. Play to first. Out number 1.
Brady Perez flew out to right field last time up.
See if they give him anything close here that he can look at.
Once again, Brady's up to bat with nobody on, so he may not see a lot.
Right. I see his coach for next year back here behind us.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to get one of those hats. I like that.
Stand up. Yeah, that is a sharp hat.
Have to talk to my daughter about that. There's a
That's
shot.
Gone. That's gone.
That is way gone for Perez. Home run for Brady Perez. Gets these Zebras on the board.
That ball's gone. Solo home run for Perez.
Too bad there wasn't anybody on there.
Yeah, that's why I say you really like people on with Brady up to bat, but at least he got something to hit. Looked like a curveball.
So the Zebras able to cut the lead in half here for Manchester with that home run by Perez.
That was beyond 365. I probably called that a little early, given it was at dead center. I just knew it was hit, but that's a long ways out there, 365. So that probably went 380.
Yeah, it wasn't. There wasn't too much doubt there on that one. I wasn't going to change your call on that.
I said gone, and then I went silent because I was looking and thinking,
You hate to call it a home run, and then it gets caught 10 feet inside the fence. But, yeah, he hit that one solid right into dead center. There's a solid shot. That's going to find the gap.
Zane Young 2 for 2 on the night.
So Young aboard. The bat's waking up a little bit here second time around for the Zebras against Meyer. So McLaughlin up here with 1 down and 1 aboard for Rochester. Ducks that one. That would have been right in the old breadbasket. So for those that don't know what I was talking about with Perez's future coach, the Trine University baseball coach behind us, as he's heading up there to angle and extra.
Double play ball.
Shoot. Over to 1 in time. That was a nice scoop by the first baseman there. It wasn't a very well thrown ball. So they do double them up, but the Zebras get 1 across on 2 hits. They don't leave anybody on base. So after 3.5, it's Rochester 1, Manchester 2. Come back here with the bottom of 4 here in just a moment on RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
All right, welcome back here to Manchester High School. Steve Stricker with Joe McCarter, and Zebras get on the board by the bat of Brady Perez with the solo home run in the top of the 4th. But the double play ends any kind of a rally the Zebras might have had with the hit there that got, was it Young that got on?
Yeah.
After Perez?
Zane got a base hit in the 3-4 hole, and then Braxton had the
hits into the double to
play the pitcher.
So they do cut into the lead, cut it in half actually, 2-1.
Bottom three up for Manchester, Markham, Hensley, and Shepard. Markham line to the shortstop, first time up.
Braxton still on the mound here for the Zebras, starting the bottom of the fourth. Change up. Got him swinging for strike one. This is down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Braxton not a real hard throwing pitcher, but he's kind of a spot pitcher, does a nice job with his off-speed stuff.
Both guys are very similar.
That one goes back for strike 2. Markham steps out of the box. That's a hard hit ball out in the center. Should be playable out there for out number 1.
Fly ball to center, caught for out number 2. Correction, out number 1.
Yeah. He said out number 2. We'll stick with that.
Say, well, they want to give us another one. We'll take it.
Corbin Hensley up to bat now for Manchester.
He hit. He hit into a out. It went off the pitcher. Second baseman fielded it and threw to first. So it was scored. It was 1-4-6. Good scoop by Quinn. Takes his time getting it over there. Makes a good throw. You know, Quinn made a really nice play there. Not only did he make a nice scoop coming in, but he quickly glanced at the runner, saw it was a slower runner, took his time and gathered himself and made a good throw over there.
So quickly 2 down here for Manchester in the bottom of the fourth, brings up the number 9 batter.
Yeah,
Kyle Shepard.
Shepard playing right field. He reached by that fielder's choice that Hensley hit into.
That one gets away from Stasiak.
Didn't mark where his fielder's choice went. I think it was short.
Short, yeah, sounds right. They played it over to second.
Or it may have been to second, and they went to short, covering second. That was it, yeah. Because I think you commented that we went that way. So anyway, went to the right side, I'm pretty sure.
Fouls that one back here to the fence.
Probably ball 3.
Well, he got him chasing anyway, so turn that ball into a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody on here for the Squires with 2 down in the bottom of the fourth. That one's shot out into shallow right field. Should be playable there, and it is for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of 4 for the Squires. And after 4, it remains Manchester 2, Rochester 1. We'll come back top of 5 here in a moment on RTC TV 4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Enyards True Value and Rental is your local one-stop shop for all of your home improvement and party rental needs. Let our friendly and knowledgeable staff help you with your next project or event. Enyards True Value and Rental of Rochester. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here to Manchester High School. Steve Stricker with Joe McCarter. And after 4 full innings, Manchester holds on to the lead, but Rochester did get 1 run back on the Brady Perez solo home run in the top of the fourth, so it's 2-1 here after 4. And as the Zebras come to the plate here, starting the top of the 5th. Going to be
Lehman, McCarter, and Quinn Stasiak.
6, 7, 8 as we start the top of the inning. We talked a little bit in between innings there, Joe. It seems like every time the Zebras get something going, they have something that kind of falls apart on them. First 2 innings, they got the leadoff runner on, couldn't do anything with it. Last inning, the double play with Braxton hitting into it after Zane had got on following the home run by Perez. So they're due for a big one here. I think the 5th, top of the 5th.
Yeah, you know, you watch a lot of baseball, you get those games where you feel like there's going to be a big inning, and I feel that way, but I've also watched those games where I feel that way and it doesn't happen. So
Sure.
Ground ball with second baseman, pretty routine.
Over in time for out number 1, so it doesn't start off so hot for the Zebras. See what Grant can get done here.
Brings up the first baseman, Grant McCarter.
Drives that one, but right. Oh, a little bit of a bobble. See if there's a play. And there's an overthrow, so McCarter's going to be on. He's going to go to second. So Manchester throws it around a little bit right there.
Yep.
McCarter's on second to get somebody on with 1 down.
E5, but we'll take it. It's a base runner, and really had kind of 2 errors. He bobbled it and then overthrew it.
So something going here. Let's see if Quinn can keep it going. Grant's on second with 1 out. Look back to second. Grant goes back. So they've been here before, Joe. They've got to take that next step here and get Grant pushed over. A little miscommunication here, so the catcher's going to go out and talk to Meyer.
A lot of teams, when there's a runner on second, they'll change their signals so the second base, the runner on second can't steal signs.
Right.
And you'll see that even the major leagues where when there's a runner on second, a lot of times there'll be a conference at the mound. I know last night Northfield was, they were tipping their batters. Ooh. Not sure how that was a strike unless he called it that he didn't pull back early enough, but the ball was definitely inside. Sometimes the umps get fooled too.
Trey Stasiak on deck here for the Zebras. So 0-2 count here to Quinn, so he's going to have to protect now with 2 strikes. Quinn calls for time. Misses on that one outside, so 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Stasiak. Carter on second with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. You mentioned it. Now that you say the top of the 5th, this has gone pretty quick.
It just seems to me like it's flying.
Just about an hour from first pitch. So
we've had 2 double plays,
right,
which speeds the inning up, and I think we've had 3 up and 3 down innings.
There's a shot. It's going to be fair. That's trouble over to third. See if he can get it over. Long throw, not in time.
Nice hustle by Quinn there.
Yeah.
That's to me that's a base hit. Quinn's got really good speed. Grant did a pretty nice job holding it second and then being able to advance to third.
Yeah, so this is the makings of something here for the Zebras with only 1 out. Trey Stasiak at the plate here. Runners at first and third. Base hit will score McCarter from third. Definitely got to watch that double play, though. You don't want to hit into it, in that there. That'd be a rough way to go out.
Hit him. Dead ball.
Dead ball.
Yeah, can't advance on a dead ball.
Well, that's bases loaded now for the leadoff hitter, Matty Lease.
Yep.
So starting off the third time around here as the Zebras' timing getting a little better against Meyer.
Well, we've had some good luck. I mean, you put the ball in play. We've had hard hit balls, but E5. Quinn's was an infield single and then hit by pitch. So, one out here, you'd like to definitely get a couple crossed.
Good effort there by the catcher, keeping that one in front of him.
Matty is hit one back to the. I'm sorry, he walked and lined to right. Their coach is going to come out for a conference. This is our third time through the lineup. As we talked earlier in the broadcast, that part of their strategy may be to mix pitchers up. Does not look like they're making a change. So it's probably just what to talk about in case there's a suicide bunt or a safety squeeze, who's charging, who's staying home.
A lot of options for the Zebras with just one out here. Lease is fast enough that he kind of.
And I meant to mention Evan Elliott is courtesy running for Trey Stasiak at first. Evan's got good speed as well. So you got really good speed at first and second. Grant, the slowest of the three on the base paths, but being at third base, that shouldn't impact anything. Curveball in there for a strike. So a deep fly should score the runner from third, and base hit we should get two with Quinn's speed at second, as long as he gets a good jump.
Gets him chasing, so down 1-2 here for Lease. So he's going to have to protect here with 2 strikes.
Manchester playing the corners in. So they're playing the corners in, so ground ball to first or third, they're going to come home. And then the middle infield's playing back, so they're playing for the double play. Or not back, but they're playing at what we call double play depth. So they're trying to get the double play. Corners in. Oh, boy. So fortunately, the pitcher juggled it. Matty reaches by fielder's choice. So now we got 2 outs. Kyle Reinhardt's center fielder up. Kyle had that bunt liner to the pitcher and then grounded to second base.
Bases remain loaded here now with 2 down.
Good cut.
He wanted that one there. Strike 1. So quickly down 0-2. Reinhardt's is going to have to protect. Try and find a gap here. Bases loaded for the Zebras. That one misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, the Zebras had something cooking there with 1 out. The bases loaded. And the Squires get 2 outs to get the end of the inning. The Zebras leave 3 on get nobody across. After 4.5, it stays Manchester 2, Rochester 1. We'll take a break and come back here, bottom of 5 in just a moment here on RTC TV4.
Summit Contractor Supply is the area's leading supplier of tools, parts, products, and services to commercial and industrial contractors throughout northern Indiana and southern Michigan. Offering Milwaukee Electric Tools, DeWalt Power Tools, Metabo Power Tools, and more, Summit has the blades, bits, fasteners, and anchors to get the job done right. Summit is also a factory-authorized service and repair center. Contact Summit for all of your contractor supply needs.
All right, welcome back here to Manchester High School, and Steve Stricker here with Joe McCarter. And after 4.5, it stays Manchester 2, Rochester 1. And Joe, it looked like that big inning there for the Zebras with 1 out, bases loaded, not able to get anything across. So
yeah, it's disappointing. But that's baseball.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Softball update. The girls are up 7-4 now, bottom of the 4th. So Manchester has scored 4 unanswered to pull that one a little bit tighter.
Well, here for Manchester up first, Grant Strobel leading off.
There, top of the order.
What's he done?
Reached on air by third base, and then a infield single, which was the high pop-up that landed in front of the plate.
McLaughlin in the on the mound still here for the Zebras, starting off the bottom of the 5th. 1 ball, no strike. A shot out in the shallow center, actually deep second.
Nice play by Zane Young.
Going away, that was a good catch.
Out beyond second base, nice running catch made by the second baseman for out number 1.
That's the thing too, usually on the high school fields, you got a little bit of a lip there as you drop off out of the infield, so he was going away and down. So that was a nice catch there by Young.
And he's looking back into the sun. Besides that, it was routine.
Hey, right. Easy out. There's another shallow shot over too short for out number 2.
That was Cam Lester, who had had a infield single and an RBI single. So he was 2 for 2 prior to that, so that's a big out.
Sounded like he hit that on the handle.
He did, yeah. Either on the handle or the end, I couldn't tell. But it wasn't on the barrel.
Yeah, sounded almost like a wood bat.
Mason Meyer, the pitcher, is up. He's flown to center and line drive to right on that nice play by Bryce Lehman earlier.
That one's going to be foul territory. Could be playable. Going away. Oh, and it's dropped. That was tough going over his head.
Yeah. Catchable.
Yeah, Grant trying to make a play. He was running away. Little basket catch out there, but not able to make the play. So Meyer stays alive here. No balls, 1 strike. Pretty impressed with his performance so far on the mound tonight.
Gotten out of some jams. Pitched well.
Gets the inside corner for strike 2. Nice pitch there by Braxton. 1 ball, 2 strike. 2 outs, nobody on here for the Squires. And it's going to be fouled off. Stays 1 and 2. PA announcer tapping into our audio right there. That's exactly what I said.
What's that?
I said the PA guy said exactly what I just said. Yeah.
It's a good 1-2 pitch. See if he'll chase it a little bit.
2-2. Zebras trying to find that third out here. Got a time. Oh, solid shot. That's going to hurt. Back to McLaughlin. It's going to be trouble. Not in time.
Wow.
That was a hard hit ball. Braxton just lucky he was able to get his mitt up there. That was a hard hit ball right back to him. So 2 out. Would you call that a hit?
Oh, that's a base hit. Yeah.
2 out infield hit. And,
I wouldn't want to be the pitcher charged with that error because that was self-defense.
Yeah. So that brings up Roberts with 2 down and Myers on first. Had him thinking about it a little bit there.
Yeah, I think Braxton wanted that call. I think he felt like it caught but it was on the outside of the plate and it was a little high. So
yeah,
it's hard to get when you got 2 variables at play. It's hard to get the call. Same spot.
2-0.
A lot like the major leaguers. If they feel like they've umpires squeezed them a little bit, they'll go right back.
That's going to be a pop up.
Be routine to the shortstop.
Going away. So the third out of the inning. Squires leave 1 after 5. Score remains Manchester 2, Rochester 1. Come back here with the top of the 6th here from Manchester in a moment here on RTC TV4.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
All right, welcome back here to Manchester High School, and Zebra's able to get out of a little bit of a pinch, not too much there with 1 hit in the bottom of the 5th. Able to keep the Squires off the board. Steve Stricker here with Joe McCarter, and read this book before. Perez coming up to the plate here to lead things off, nobody on.
Yep.
So last time he was up, had a solid hit out into center for the solo home run.
Yeah, the bad news is nobody's on. The good news is, unlike last time, he can tie it this time with 1 swing.
Right.
So I'm guessing they'll pitch him a little differently. But there's no bargain on deck. Zane Young has 2 home runs on the season and has been really squaring the ball up well.
The Zebras had bases loaded with 1 out in the top of the 5th and unable to get any runs across. So let's see what they can do here in the top of the 6th. Running out of time here in this one.
Yeah, so far Rochester's left 4 on base and Manchester has left 5 on base. So
third time around here, let's see what Myers does. High and inside.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure Brady knew who had the ball and who was at the plate.
Little chin music there to Perez.
Curveball.
Yeah, that's the thing though with a hitter like Perez, you just make 1 mistake.
Yep.
And he makes you pay for it like he did last time up.
Very disciplined, very smart hitter. That was a curveball.
Drops that one down into the strike zone.
End up a little bit on the outer half, so when you're 2-0, you know it's not a hitter's pitch, so you're not going to want to offer at it.
Foul tips that. Count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fouled off, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So he's going to have to protect the plate here. There's a shot. Gets on.
Just stayed back, kept his way back, and that's just great hitting, which he is. He's just a great hitter.
So Zane Young comes to the plate here for the Zebras with Perez on first, no outs.
Third time tonight we've gotten the leadoff batter on.
Second baseman, Zane Young.
First 2 times it's happened, we haven't been able to scratch one across, so hopefully third time's a charm here.
Well, the Zebras are in the meat of their lineup here, so hopefully they can push something across, tie this game up, possibly take the lead. And they're going to pay a lot of attention to Perez over there on first.
Oh.
That's high popper. That's not going too far out.
That's tough play.
A little miscommunication there, and that's going to drop.
Now, the best thing about that play was the read Brady Perez had, because most guys are not going to go any more than halfway. Brady's tracking that ball actually better than the defenders. He got about 3/4 and was able to get to second.
Yeah.
That's usually going to be a force out of second with probably about any other runner. Not just because of Brady's speed, but just that was really smart. I was watching Brady because it looked to me like it might drop, and the reverse of that is if they made a miraculous catch, he might have gotten doubled up. But
yeah,
good read, and that's another single. Zane Young's 3 for 3 on the night.
So no outs here for Braxton McLaughlin. Runners on first and second for the Zebras.
Stay away from that comebacker to the pitcher. We've seen that a couple times tonight in these spots.
Shows bunt, pulls out, goes across for a ball. So we thought the 5th might be the inning for the Zebras, maybe the 6th here. Oh, that was going to get away.
That'll allow Braxton to forget about the bunt idea and swing away.
Right, takes out the double play opportunity as well. So a lot of stuff on the table here for the Zebras. Two balls, no strikes. Base hit ties this, possibly puts the Zebras ahead. Got some pretty good speed on second.
Manchester brings the infield in here. Little unusual with just a tying run. Usually at home you allow the tying run. That's nice, nice one hopper.
Was that snagged?
No, it was a one hopper, but the runners didn't know, so they had to hold. Slow call by the umpires as to whether it was caught. So, you know, the runners are going to look immediately at the umpire when there's no signal. They really can't do anything.
Yeah. So the runners stay at second and third with one out for Bryson Lehman.
Right fielder, Bryce Lehman.
Good spot for the senior right fielder here.
That was a good eye there. That was coming in there originally, looked like a good ball and then dropped right off the table.
That'll score a run, maybe. No, too short, too shallow.
Fly ball out in the left, down the left field line. Caught out there for out number 2. Runners stay put. First baseman, Grant McCarter.
Well, big spot here for Grant with two down. trying to get a tying run in.
Good cut.
Good eye holding back on that. Low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Grant. One ball, 2 strikes here to McCarter. There's a shot up the middle. That's going to do it. 1 run's in. 2nd run is going to score. So McCarter gets it done for the Zebras. Gets them ahead with that 2 RBI single.
Just hit it hard enough. I thought the shortstop might have a play, but it was a C-nice single. But hey, we'll take it. That's the first time tonight really we've gotten in that spot and been able to cash in. So
yeah, I was getting a little worried there. It looked like, with 2 strikes, it's like, no, not again. And Grant comes up big there for the Zebras.
He had good play appearances last night against the good pitcher. He ended up with two singles, and but I was like you. I felt like he was on the first 2 pitches, but he just wasn't making contact. Of course, as a dad, I was kind of hoping he got hit. So good eye by Quinn. I tell you what, if they come to Quinn with the wrong pitch, Quinn can put it over in the softball field.
Yeah.
Oh, he just missed that ball. That was a good cut.
Back off of the tennis court fence for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Stasiak. Got 1 on.
Yeah.
Gets that one in for strike 2.
Their catcher's setting up on the outside. I've noticed that for our last 2 batters, they're trying to work that outside the plate, and give their pitcher credit. He's hitting that spot. Good battle by Quinn here.
Yeah, you can see him setting up way on the outside corner. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down here in the top of the 6th. That's going to retire the side, but the big 2-out hit by McCarter scores 2, and the Zebras for the first time tonight have the lead after 5.5, 3-2. So be good to update that one. So we'll take a quick break, come back here with the bottom of 6 in just a moment here on RTC TV4.
Smith Farm Stores has everything you need for your home and your farm, both inside and out. We are your local Steel, Skag, and Simplicity dealer, offering a full-service center with a certified technician on site. Smith Farm Stores offers a wide variety of household appliances, including top-brand refrigerators, washing machines, and dryers. We are also a full-service paint center, offering on-site color matching and more. Stop by today or check us out online. Smith Farm Stores, everything you need and more.
All right, welcome back here to Manchester High School, and for the first time, Joe, we can say the Zebras have the lead.
Yep.
After 5.5. Big hit there by Grant. Got the 2 RBI single.
Manchester with number 5, 6, 7. Krager, Martindale, and Markham due up. Krager has had a single down the left field line and grounded out to short.
So you got an update on the Lady Zebras softball over there?
It is now 7-6, top of 5. So they Lady Squires have scored 6 unanswered.
Yeah, I was going to see if I could find an update on what Northfield was doing against Peru, but the service signal here isn't so good. So
yeah, it's. I've been watching Twitter. Shout out to Joe Hunting, Mick Miller, and Wade Langley watching online. I think Wade Langley had a home run on this field when he was in high school, and all I can imagine was the wind had to be blowing out really, really hard.
Ouch. He's not even here to defend himself. Ooh, that's a bad hop. Stasiak didn't have much of a chance there with that hop.
That's an infield or a single.
Yeah, so Krager gets on. Yeah.
Martindale is up. He is grounded back to Quinn, so Quinn better stay on his toes because he's gone there twice.
So the tying run on first, lead run at the plate for Manchester.
A little high. There aren't a lot of. I am getting updates on Twitter, but there's not a lot of updates. Let's go. Manchester's doing a nice job updating their Twitter page, but we're here.
Yeah, right. We know what's going on.
It is helping on the softball side, but
yeah.
Usually Wabash is pretty good about updating. Can't remember who they've got tonight.
Runner's going. Throw down, not in time.
On ball 2, Krager steals second. Two balls, 1 strike to count.
Got some excited parents over here.
Yeah, you get that once in a while.
Yeah. That's a good excitement, though. You want your kid to do well.
We had that last night at Northfield. I always say you can cheer for your team, just don't yell at the other team.
Yeah.
Or the other coaches. But some folks find the need to do that and somehow think it's productive.
That's going to be fouled back. Count goes full 3-2. I've never seen a ref or an ump change a call because you yelled at him.
No. Nope.
So I gave up on that a long time ago.
Yep. Line shot to center.
Good play
nice
there.
Play out there by Kyle Reinhardt.
Lined out to center field, caught out there for out number 1.
That was a big out right there.
Big out, brings up Markham. He has lined to the shortstop, and he also has flown to center. We take either one of those right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Braxton got behind on that one 3-1, so to get that out there, that was big for the Zebras. Runner still at second with 1 down. Shows bunt.
I can't imagine you'd be bunting here with 1 out. 0 outs, you'd like to get that runner to third, but not a lot of advantages to having a runner at third versus second with 2 outs.
Right.
But he's squaring and pulls back.
Oh, they got him in a pickle.
Whoop, high throw.
Oh.
Close call. Always want to throw it early to the advancing base.
Yeah. Make them go back. If you're going to miss, make them go back, not go forward.
So it's hard to assign an error. It's a fielder's choice, but it's really hard to say who the error went on. Nobody dropped the ball. Nobody threw the ball away. But fielder's choice nonetheless. Nice job by Markham advancing to second during that rundown.
Courtesy runner for catcher out there at second, number 20, Trey Clark.
Well, that would have been trouble, too, if they would have pushed him back to second
Yep.
and Markham
Yep.
advances. So then they're in another, even more of a pickle.
Happened in a Major League game the other day I was watching, and as the guy got back to second, they tagged him, and the runner at second got nervous and went off second to go back to first, and they got him out.
2 on, 1 out.
Corbin Hensley up here with 1 down, runners at second and third for the Squires. See if the Zebras can get out of a little bit of a jam here in the bottom of the 6th.
We've got the corners in. Middle is medium.
Gets him swinging on that one for strike
Hensley
one.
has had a single up the middle and grounded to third base. Ooh.
Look close there, misses for ball 1. Misses inside, 2 balls, 1 strike.
2 and 1.
If you're Coach Good, how long do you leave McLaughlin in?
Don't know. I thought maybe make a change there. Brady's obviously our closer, but that would stretch Brady. He's been basically 1 inning. Pop up.
Oh my.
That's just dumb luck. Quinn did a nice job of charging. The bunt was a bad bunt, but it was so bad it went over his head.
So that pushes in 1 run here.
Clark moves to third.
Should have been a double play if,
Yeah.
because the bunt was so bad, but there's nothing the fielders could do there.
Two on, 1 out. To the
First
right
and
fielder,
third.
Kyle Shepard.
They had a suicide on there. The runner was obviously charging with the pitch. We'll see if they have something on here or if they wait to get the runner down to second. Shepard has reached by fielder's choice and flown out to right.
Still 1 out here for the Zebras. Runners at the corners for the Squires.
2 balls, no strike.
All tied up here in the bottom of the 6th with 1 down. Braxton gets that one across for strike 1, 2-1 count.
2 and 1.
I got an update. Peru's leading Northfield 7-5 in the top of the 6th. That's trouble. Second base.
So another run across. Hit in the shallow right.
First baseman's playing in to protect against the bunt, so that's a long way, and it's way too far for the right fielder to get. So once again, just bad luck.
Runner first and second. Childers 1 out.
Well, Manchester gets the 2 runs back here in the bottom that they gave up in the top, regains the advantage. Still going here in the bottom, though.
Runner out there at second base, number 8, Justin Self.
Still 1 down for Strobel with runners at first and second. So the Zebras still got a long way to go to get out of the top or the bottom of the 6th here.
I'd say they haven't bunted well tonight, but they've gotten.
It's been effective, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's not been pretty from a traditional bunting standpoint, but that one that went over Stasiak's head right there was just unfortunate for the Zebras.
It was so bad it was good.
Yeah. I'm going to say he got the bat out of the strike zone in time. 2 balls, 1 strike.
No. Not sure. We got the first third base charging. The problem with this is if he does get the bunt down, we have nobody covering first base. So I'm not. Right now we got corners charging on a bunt.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Zebras need to figure out a way to get a out here.
Failed run down, a bad bunt over our third baseman's head, and a bloop over first base.
Foul back out of play, count stays full.
And they've gotten 2 runs.
Yeah. Might be playable. Stasiak coming back. There's
nice
a good
job.
Pop up and foul ground. Nice running catch made by the catcher for out number 2.
So they find that out. So 2 down now here for Rochester, trying to get that third one.
Brings up the center fielder, Cam Lester.
Cam Lester up to bat here. 2 down, runners on first and second for the Squires. McLaughlin misses high on that one. 1 ball, no strikes here to Lester. Shot over to first, McCarter, and he's going to get that unassisted. So the Zebras get out of a little bit of a jam. They do give up 2, but the Squires leave 2. Manchester leads again after 6 by a score of 4-3. So the Zebras has got one last chance here to get a run in, at least tie this up, if not take the lead here in the top of the 7th. So we'll take a break, come back here with 7th inning action here for Manchester in just a moment here on RTC TV4.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer simply free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
All right, welcome back here to Manchester High School. And after getting 2 in the top of the 6th and taking the lead 3-2, Rochester gives up 2 in the bottom of the 6th and falls back behind by 1, 4-3. And Joe, it's all up to, we got Stasiak.
Trey Stasiak will lead us off. He has grounded to short and been hit by a pitch. And then we're at the top with Maddie Elise. Maddie has walked line to right and reached by fielder's choice. And then Kyle Reinhartz, who's 0 for 3, struck out last time. So you'd like to see somebody get on to get Brady up to bat. And create some traffic here so we can get to our 3-4 hitters. Zane Young, our 4 hitters, 3 for 3 tonight. Brady's obviously 2 for 3 with the home run. So.
All right. Well, it all comes
Here we
down to
go.
this. Yep. Trey Stasiak starts things off here in the top of the 7th for the Zebras.
Curveball.
And drops in the strike zone, strike 1. Both starting pitchers gone the distance here for both teams. Get Stasiak swinging on that, so quickly ahead of Stasiak 0-2. Check swing. Doesn't go around, so stays alive.
I really appreciate when the home plate umpire appeals that, because we had no idea.
Right.
Home plate umpire has no idea, and once in a while you'll see them make the call, and if the guy's down the line, let him call it.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
I know the major leaguers are the same way. You'll see the batter really, like, really, you can't ask for help on that.
Yeah.
Gone full, hadn't it?
Yeah, full count. So Stasiak down 0-2. Now it goes full. See if he can get on base here. That's all you need. Doesn't matter if you hit, walk, get hit, whatever. Just get on base. Gets him on the bottom of the strike zone. So he battled back and got 3 balls, but able to get that 3rd strike for out number 1. Back to the top of the lineup here to Matty Lease.
Matty's 0 for 3, or I'm sorry, 0 for 2 with a walk.
There's a shot out in the right center. Out number 2, so just like that, the Zebra is now down to their last out. Reinhardt's been kind of cold 0 for 3 tonight. Is that what you said?
Yeah. That bunt line out to the pitcher, ground out to second, struck out last time up.
If he could find a way to get on here for Perez. Foul tip, strike 1. I've been impressed with Meyer.
Yeah, he's handled himself really well.
It's a wonder, as well as he's done tonight. You know, why hasn't he pitched more this year? I mean, he's done a really good job.
Yeah, what did we say? You only somewhere in the teens?
Yeah, not a lot of innings pitched, really. Yeah. They just have a wealth of pitchers here. There's a bunt. If he can get it. Gotta get down there.
All right, way to go, Kyle. That's just somebody doing what they have to do to get on base.
Well, that's what we wanted, right? A runner on for Perez. They may still put him on. I don't know. What do you think?
Hoyle would say you never want to put somebody on which is going to move the tying run to scoring position, which with the runner on first, if they put Brady on, they're going to put Kyle to second. And like I said, Zane Young's on deck, and he's 3 for 3 tonight.
Sure.
So that's no bargain. So unless you want to walk the next 2 guys and take your chances.
Well, we've seen him with the bases loaded be able to get out of it, so I don't know. They're probably going to not give Brady much of anything to swing at here. Well, this is who you want up to bat, though.
Yep, we're where we want to be with a guy on base. Like Kyle kind of just stand on that base.
Yeah, don't worry about stealing.
He's not going to
do the old softball leadoff.
Exactly. He's not going to score on a hit unless it's a home run.
That one's outside. 2 balls, no strikes here to Perez.
It's all right. 2-0. He was looking for his pitch there. He didn't get it, so he took.
3 balls, 1 strike to Brady. Zane Young on deck for the Zebras. 3 for 3 on the night, so
Brady's 2 for 3.
Fouls that one back.
Curveball. He'd like to have that one over.
So full count, 3-2.
Kyle's going to be taking off with the pitch, so he just wants to make sure the pitch is delivered to home. Sometimes they'll step off to make sure he doesn't leave early. Just make sure the pitch is going to home, and then he should be going. Uh-oh.
There's a shot.
Uh-oh.
There's a shot.
Uh-oh. Get out of here. Oh, my. Holy cow. Woo! Yeah.
That's what we were looking for.
Well,
that's what we were looking for.
We said we want him to come up with somebody on.
Oh, my goodness. One swing changes the whole game right there.
I didn't want to call that one early. I was just praying.
Well, his second home run, and that is a big one right there, top of 7.
You think we could have the Trine coach come to the sectional games?
Oh, I don't know. You might be able to get him to. That's a big night here for Brady.
Zane Young up. As we said, he's 3 for 3 tonight. Comebacker.
Well, they get the third out, but the damage was done big time by Brady Perez. 2-run home run. We're going to go to the bottom of the 7th here. If the Zebras can hold, their fortunes might have changed. So we'll be back here in just a moment. Still got a little bit of a elevated heart rate on that one. That was a big one. We'll be back here in a moment on RTC TV4.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. RTC TV4 thanks you for watching tonight's broadcast. Sponsorship and advertising opportunities are available, and free production is included with every sponsorship package. If you are seeing this, then your customers are seeing it too. RTC TV4. See for yourself. Please support the local sponsors who make this production possible.
All right, welcome back here to Manchester High School, and we are in the bottom of the 7th. Didn't look like we were going to be, but one swing of the bat by Brady Perez, 2-run home run, and the Zebras retake the lead 5-4, and Perez on the mound here trying to close things out. Joe, you got an update there, Peru leading?
I do. My good friend Mick Miller is giving me an update on the Peru-Northfield game. Peru's up 9-5 over Northfield, and they're heading to the 7th. So that's at Northfield. So Northfield obviously is one of the 3 teams right now with 2 losses. Southwood being the other. I think they have North Miami tonight. But again, if Brady coming in to close here, if we can clamp this sucker down, then we don't have to worry about anything else.
Right. Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning of the game. You know, the Zebras got to take care of their business and let everybody else worry about theirs. So finally getting on top again here, 5-4. But they got to close things out here in the bottom of the 7th. And Perez is on the mound here. So
let's see.
Mason Meyer going to lead off for Manchester.
Meyer is 1 for 3 on the night. He's followed by their cleanup hitter Roberts, who had mentioned earlier, leads the team with 7 home runs on the year. Again, the book on Brady's done a really good job in these spots this year. Usually if He can throw strikes, which he's done a great job of this year. He's really effective. So.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's going to look a lot different. Obviously,
yeah.
throws a lot harder than Braxton. Key here is you just really don't want any traffic.
Right.
You know, as long as you don't allow anybody on, you can't lose the game with one swing of the bat. So you want to stay clean if you can.
Brady misses on that, so quickly ahead. Myers 2-0. Shot hard to third. That's going to get through for a single. So right there, what you said, you don't want any traffic, and their leading home run hitter coming to the plate. That's not good. He can end this with a swing. So we could do the same thing we did in the sixth. You know, 2-2.
I won't be nearly as excited.
No.
I may pull the plug. In fact.
Yeah.
Definitely want to be careful here.
So Roberts with one on, nobody out.
Brady's keeping away from him.
So 2 balls, no strikes here for Roberts.
You feel like the Zebras defensively are due for some good fortune. We've had some really strange things happen tonight. So
nice double play ball right here would be timely.
That's a gapper. They're sending him. He's out. Oh, I thought they caught him. Thought they tagged him on the hand. Oh, and that's a big play, though. Really heads-up play by Trey Stasiak. Roberts got caught taking a wide turn at second. And Trey picked him off.
Well, 1 run across. They do get the out on the play at second.
Zebras are appealing at second. So that goes as a RBI double for Roberts, and out 2-6. Oh boy.
Ball in for a hit. Stand-up double from Prager.
Well, they're not having too much trouble here catching up to Perez.
Quinn had trouble picking. Quinn's in left now. He had a little trouble picking that up off the bat. Took a little bit of a circular route, but I think that was going to be a single anyway. Martindale is 0 for 3, grounded out to third base twice, and lined to center.
So he has an opportunity here with a well-hit single to possibly win this game. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Our corners are in. I'm not sure this is a bunting situation. Their third base coach isn't even giving you signals. Yeah, now our coaches are telling first base to stay back.
This is inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Got 1 out here in the bottom of 7th. We're all tied up 5 apiece with 1 on. Sam Martindale at the plate for the Squires. Change-up misses.
Curveball. Looked pretty good, but
yeah,
must have just missed.
didn't quite drop down as much as he'd hoped. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fouls that back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. If we can find this out here, that puts the pressure on the Squires to get the run across. Devin Markham on deck. There's a popper, should be playable. Caught it short.
That's the first batter of the inning that hasn't gotten a hit, and we've still got 2 outs. So obviously the Roberts double, but was caught leaning off at second.
Yeah, that's a big out. They could have runners at second and third right now.
Girls softball won tonight 8-6.
8-6 the final.
We'll be getting some of their players and coaches over here to watch this. Hopefully we have another inning.
Big swing on strike 1 for Markham. Trying to get out of this inning, force extras. Got him swinging. Brady's finding his strike zone here. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We're going into extra innings here. The Squires get 1 back, tied at 5 after 7. So we're going to be into extras. So let's see what we can do here. Take a quick break, come back for the top of the 8th here from Manchester High School on RTC TV4.
Welcome to the future. Imagined by visionaries, championed by leaders, and focused on results. Made real through hard work and a determination to build the things that people count on. Places where ideas are born, where progress fuels growth and strengthens communities. It's work that makes a difference. United Rentals. You're building the future. We're here to help.
All right, welcome back here to Manchester High School, getting set for extra time. Starting the 8th inning, the Squires get 1 back in the bottom of the 7th, tied things up here at 5. Where are we at here? So
we are at our 5, 6, 7, which is McLaughlin, Lehman, and McCarter. Manchester still has Meyer on the mound for the 8th.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask what the overtime pay is.
Overtime?
Yeah.
You're the boss. You
so
set that rate,
it's
right?
It's the same as the
regular
same thing
time?
we get paid
Yeah.
innings 1 through 7.
Yeah. So we did mention the Zebras softball team won, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Paula Beeler's just gotten here from the softball. She looks frazzled, so that must have been as exciting a game as this one was, or this one still is.
Still not done here, though. We're going into extra innings, so we'll see what the Zebras can do.
So with Braxton up here, he has grounded to third, grounded to short, and grounded to first. So he's due. We still have our same lineup. The last inning when we moved Brady to pitcher, he and Quinn went to left, and we just moved some guys around, but nobody subbed in. Inside curveball. Wabash is trailing Mechanic-Wall 3-1 after 4 innings in this crazy TRC.
Oh, my. It's just getting crazier
We have
by the minute.
We have a final from Northfield. The Northfield Norse got beat tonight 9-5, handing them their 3rd loss of the season. So as of this minute, Southwood and Rochester, they're only 2 teams with 2 losses in the conference. Ooh. I don't think Braxton liked that one. Braxton's got a really good eye.
2-2 count here. Full count, 3-2.
Catcher setting up on the outside. Again, just like last inning, it'd be nice to get leadoff batter on.
A little dribbler over the top. That's going to be a hard play. So safe at first with a little infield hit. So the leadoff runner is on for the Zebras. Bringing up Bryce Lehman.
Bryce has flown to left, grounded to second, and flown to right.
Right fielder, Bryce Lehman.
I'll have to tell Todd his day's not done. He needs to go back out here now.
Yeah.
We're still going. We need you out there.
Coach Beeler's joined us here. We're not giving him a headset, though, because he may still be pretty much out of breath from the last game.
You got to give him his cool down time. That's fouled back.
Todd, we've seen some of the craziest baseball. Literally, their big inning, we had a failed rundown, and the runner was able to advance to third. We should have had him out. And then the next batter squared the bunt. Third baseman charged, and it was such a bad bunt, it went over the third baseman's head on a suicide attempt, so they scored a run. And then they blooped a single down the first baseline. So that's how they got the game tied.
So Lehman goes down looking on strike 3, bringing up Grant McCarter.
First baseman, Grant McCarter.
They say this game's so unpredictable. Yes, it is.
Grant had a huge hit back in the top of the 6th for the Zebras. Got the 2 runs across.
Braxton led off with an infield single.
1 on, 1 down here for McCarter. A little blooper.
That's trouble.
And not in time, throws off the mark. So McCarter does move over to second. They do get the out, so 2 down for Stasiak.
McCarter on by the fielder's choice, moves to second on the E6.
Quinn has struck out twice and had an infield single.
The left fielder, Quinn Stasiak.
I'm just afraid that if they don't get a run across, at least 1 run across here, they're going to be in trouble. They haven't been able to hold Manchester off the scoreboard the last 2 innings. That one in the dirt. One count here for Stasiak. That one on the inside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Quinn's brother Trey on deck for the Zebras. In the dirt, 2 balls, 1 strike. Grant McCarter on second with 2 down here in the top of the 8th. Gets that changeup curve in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. Stasiak's got to protect the plate now. There's a shot. Grant's going to be coming around. Play at the plate, not in time.
All right.
Runner scores. Big hit by Quinn Stasiak, puts one run across, gives the Zebras back the lead here in the top of the 8th.
Big hit by Quinn. Tickled to death for him. He just went with that pitch. Grant must have got a really good jump.
So with Quinn on first, Trey comes to the plate with 2 down here, top of the 8th.
Curveball. A lot of first pitch curveballs from. You'd think by now I'd know the pitcher's name. Meyer. Good lands.
That's only been 8 innings.
Get me to 12 innings and all.
Oh, that's going to be trouble.
That's a gapper with Quinn running.
Come on, Quinn. Come on, Quinn. He's going to
Get
score.
thrown out at second, Trey, before we get the run across.
Trey's in. Quinn's in. 2 runs across. 7-5. That might be the run we needed right there.
Big hits by the Stasiak brothers in the 8-9 spots. And, you know, we were due for some good fortune. They obviously had a pretty tailor-made double play with Grant's ground ball to first base, but the bad throw kept the inning alive, and we've taken advantage of it.
So Myers Knight looks like it's going to be done. Man, he's pitched a whale of a game. You can't take anything away from him.
I mean, you go 7 2/3, and like I said, they were almost out of this inning with that double play ball. He's staying in.
Staying in? Oh wow.
I could be wrong, and Manchester may have another game tomorrow. But if I was reading Max Preps and what I've seen on Twitter correctly, I'm going to ask one of the Manchester fans.
Top of the order, shortstop, Matt Lee.
Do you have a game tomorrow?
No, we don't.
Okay.
Saturday, doubleheader on Saturday.
Okay. Nope, this is it. So I think we're right, Steve.
Yeah, so back up to the top here with Lease. 2 outs. Stasiak on second.
He is falling in love with that low strike right now.
That was on the shoestrings of the catcher.
As long as we get it next inning.
I don't know where it went across the plate, but it came across on the shoestrings. At least swinging on that one. I guess he was looking that he had to protect on that low one. So 0-2 quickly here for Lease. That one too low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ball gets away. Stasiak's going to move to third. So
it's Evan Elliott. I'm sorry, I should have said Evan's courtesy running for Trey.
I didn't even look. I remember him saying that now that you said that. 2 balls. Should be 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scoreboard just went blank out there. I got 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It is 2-2.
Yep, there it goes back on.
We're taking another pass ball here.
There's a shot.
Oh, didn't see him.
Yep, right to the second baseman for the third out.
The second baseman is literally right behind the umpire on my line of sight, the home plate umpire, and I thought that was in the hole.
Well, the Zebras get it done, though, in the top of the 8th, get 2 runs across and lead 7-5 going into the bottom of the 8th. Let's see if they can get it done here in the bottom. Hold the Squires off the board. We'll be back with the bottom of the 8th here on RTC TV4 here in just a moment.
This is Old You. And this is Now You.
Clive wears his fire hat and coat in the wind.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood.
Smith Farm Stores has everything you need for your home and your farm, both inside and out. We are your local Steel, Skag, and Simplicity dealer, offering a full-service center with a certified technician on site. Smith Farm Stores offers a wide variety of household appliances, including top-brand refrigerators, washing machines, and dryers. We are also a full-service paint center, offering on-site color matching and more. Stop by today or check us out online. Smith Farm Stores, everything you need and more.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Enyard's True Value and Rental is your local one-stop shop for all of your home improvement and party rental needs. Let our friendly and knowledgeable staff help you with your next project or event. Enyard's True Value and Rental of Rochester. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right. Welcome back here to Manchester. Steve Stricker with Joe McCarter and getting set for the bottom of the 8th. Zebras in good shape here if they can get 3 outs, and that's a good start for the Zebras with the first strike.
Corbin Hensley, their number 8 batter, second baseman.
It's 8, 9, and 1.
He's 2 for 3 though tonight.
Yeah. There's a blooper. Nice play at first. Unassisted out number 1. Gotta like that.
Thought that was going to go foul. Kyle Shepard up, right fielder. He is 1 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice and then had a single.
Right fielder, Kyle Shepard.
Well, 2 pitches, you get 1 out. That's a good start. Let's see what they can do here with Shepard. Gets that one in for a strike. Just low on that one. 1-1 count here to Shepard. It's going to be foul.
A diving attempt from 8 feet away from the ball.
Well, the only good thing is you can't see that on our camera.
Okay, that's good. There is, in fairness to Grant, there is a ton of room over there.
Yeah, yeah.
And that didn't have a lot of air under it.
No, it was just the dive. The dive at the end was just, there's a shot too short. Good play over, throws high. Played almost got him at second. So the runner on for Grant Strobel back to the top.
Yeah, you like to come up to the top with 2 outs, but that's the way it works sometimes. I'm giving that a base hit. That was a really hard play.
Yeah.
Good throw would have had him, but
Timeout on the mound.
see what Coach Good has in mind here. That runner at second does not mean anything. He may just be reviewing that with everybody.
Yeah, don't get overly excited about that.
Strobel is, let's see, gosh, my scorebook looks like a mess. It's he's 1 for 4, reached on air, had a single that was that high fly in front of the plate, and then popped out to second baseman and popped out to catcher. Not a position where you're gonna put him on. You don't like to put the tying run on base, meaning
Right.
intentionally.
Right.
And then B, if you put him on, you're more than likely going to get to their the meat of their order.
So a runner, Clark, going to come in and run. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Leadoff hitter Grant Strobel at the plate here for the Squires. Rochester leading 7-5.
Had a way to get out on top early.
Perez gets that first pitch in there for a strike. He's hard to catch up to if he can throw a strike. Not sure, was that?
I don't know if it was a changeup that came out of his hand wrong or.
Yeah, it looked like it just kind of slipped out. That's a gapper. 1 run's going to score. So with 1 out, tying run is on first and the winning run at the plate.
I don't know if Trey told Grant to cut that, but it would have been a close play at the plate. But, boy, unless you know you're going to get him out, you do not want to let that runner on first advance to second.
Center fielder Cam Lester.
Brady gets that one in for strike 1. Cam Lester at the plate here, left-handed batter for the Squires.
I lost it. Hope it's not going to hit me in the head.
No, it's out. So Brady ahead 0-2. Mason Meyer on deck for Manchester. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Lester's 2 for 4 on the night.
Change up. He went. So they get the out. I wasn't sure if they were going to call that.
Runner advances into scoring positions, the only negative.
Right. So Mason Meyer down to the last out here for Manchester.
Meyer had that big looping single last time up.
Myers
to
had
start their inning.
He's had a heck of a game.
2 for 4 and pitched a whale of a game thus far. We hope he's done.
Yeah.
Not
going to have another.
We don't want another inning.
Popped up.
Oh, boy.
Get there, get there, get there.
Oh, my gosh, what a catch by Braxton McLaughlin.
McLaughlin.
Holy cow.
McLaughlin
came out
gets
of nowhere.
That. Oh, my.
Grant looked like he was being chased by an alligator, and McLaughlin came from clear over second base and made the play. Rochester Zebras, TRC champions in a heck of a battle here tonight. Big credit to both teams. Manchester played their socks off. They had a great season as well. I hope that we see them in the championship of the sectional.
Good game, gentlemen.
Well, you want the last game of the season on the TRC schedule to be this, right? In the bottom of the 8th. And I tell you, that was a whale of a catch. That would have been trouble.
That was off the bat. I knew it was one.
Yeah.
It was like we've seen all game. You know, our corners play a little bit shallow, and anything down those lines is tough. And Braxton got a great jump on it. So big congratulations to the Zebras. Obviously, a lot of contributors here tonight.
Oh man,
the Stasiak brothers came up big in the top of the 8th. Brady Perez with 2 home runs.
Grant.
Zane Young had What he and
Grant's hitting the 6th.
3 for 4. Grant had a 2 RBI single, so
yeah,
a lot of contributors. That's the way it's been all year. And if you followed this team, there's been a lot of games like this throughout the season. So I'm glad they were able to wrap this up. Very happy for Coach Good and the staff.
Yeah, Braxton pitched well. Brady pitched well. Brady obviously hit well. So what a great game. It's going to come down to what Southwood does, as they've got 2 more games against North Miami and Peru. But the Zebras took care of business tonight. They have at least a share of the TRC, possibly an outright TRC championship here in baseball.
Yeah, Southwood's got McConaughey and Peru left. They beat North Miami tonight, so they're sitting with 2 losses, but the Zebras can now sit back and know that they've at least got a share and just wait and see if somebody can knock off Southwood. I will say the Zebras are at home tomorrow against Bremen, and then at Twin Lakes on Saturday, and then wrap up the regular season Monday at home against Delphi.
Yeah, plan on doing tomorrow's if it happens. The weather looks a little iffy tomorrow, but it's going to be senior night, so I plan on being there for coverage of senior night from Rochester High School. But congratulations to the Rochester Zebras, your 2019 TRC champions in baseball. What a hard-earned victory here tonight. And, Manchester made them work for it.
Sure did. Great game.
So, Joe, I really appreciate it.
Thanks,
I love calling these
Same
games
here.
with you.
Yep,
it was a fun one to call. And we're going to say goodnight here from Manchester and possibly see you back in tomorrow night there at Rochester High School. Thanks for tuning in to the coverage here on RTC TV4.